So this is practical for power demand curve. We have a sum, that is a product is currently selling for rupees 100 and demand equals 500 units. The product's price elasticity for demand is 2. So we have to fit a power demand curve to this information. So as usual, we have to first summarize whatever information we have. So whatever given to you is that first price, then we have given demand, we have elasticity. And one more thing which we need is that if you look at this equation, power demand curve equation, Q is equal to AP raised to E. So we need Excel to determine the value of A for us. So I am having one more cell where I can have the value for A. So now the price which is given to us is 100. So let me have it. Demand. Now for demand, I have to enter the formula. I will not enter this 500. So what formula? Formula is this one. Q is equal to AP raised to E. So elasticity we have given, that is 2. And now I am entering the formula for this same formula. This Q is equal to AP raised to E. So I am entering the formula. The A, at this moment A is blank, but select that cell A multiplied by P, that is the cell address A10, raised to. For getting this raised to sign, you have to on your keyboard press hold shift and press 6. So raised to, and the elasticity, and we know that in demand curve the elasticity value we take negative value. So add negative sign and then the cell C10, then enter. So we have entered a formula here. Look at this formula. What is this? D10 means this cell where we have a value for A. A10 means the value of price. Raised to minus C10 means it's a elasticity. So that is the formula which we have entered. Well, now to start with, we have to take some arbitrary value for A. So I am taking 1. You can take anything. So what happened when I have taken the value 1, the demand quantity is 0.0001. But in the sum it is given demand equals 500 unit at a price of 100. So what I need to do is that I need to determine the value for A in a such a way that this demand equals 500. I hope you are getting it. So Excel has a goal seek function. So we have to utilize this goal seek function. The logic for goal seek is that our goal is demand should be 500 units. So the sale B10, the value here it should appear 500. So that is our target. So that is our goal. So what we are going to do is that you go to the data. In the data menu, look for what if analysis. In the what if analysis, if you click, you will get a goal seek function. That is the second one. Click on that. Now in this goal seek, you can see set cell one field, to value next field, and by changing cell is the third field. Now in the set value, we know that we want this value demand. So B10 is by default because I have selected that cell previously. So if it is not selected, you can just select it. So it will appear B10. To value, what is that value? Demand equals to 500. So I'll be entering the value 500. And by changing which cell? So we have to determine A. So I have to enter here D10. So I am selecting this cell. It's a D10. Now it's very simple. Just click OK. That's it. So we have one coordinate, that is 100 and 500. Now as far as this power demand curve is concerned, we need more than 2 points. So what I'm going to do is that I already have one price, that is 100. So I am taking 100, and I am taking uh, two or three more with an interval of 10. So next price is 90, then 80, then 70. So similarly, I'm taking 110, 120, 130. There is no rule. You have to just take more than 2, 3 price, and then in the demand again you have to enter the formula. So what is our formula? Demand is equal to AP raised to E. So the formula A value we already have. Select that cell A multiplied by P. Now this demand is for the price 70. So therefore I'll be selecting A12. Then raise to, and this value, so minus 2. So this formula I have entered. Now you must be knowing that there is a concept called relative formula and absolute formula. Now in this case, I do not want the value of this elasticity and value of this A to change when I copy and paste the formula in other cell. So therefore, what I am going to do is that I am making these values for elasticity by adding dollar sign as absolute formula. So what I have done, $A, $12. Similarly, for the value of A, that is D10, I am making it absolute. So $D, $10. So just have a attention here. Dollar sign when I use, I am freezing that cell. So it is the absolute formula, and whenever I copy it to any other cell, the cell address won't change. Whereas address for pi, sorry, I'm sorry, I have done a mistake here. Let me correct it. The value of price I do not want to freeze. It should be relative. It should change. But the value of elasticity, this I want to be absolute. A freeze one, it should not change. Now once I have done this, my next job is I have to just copy it and paste it for all the values. Now the question is whether you have done it correctly or not. There is a very small cross check, cross verification. In our sum it is given that for price 100 demand equals 500 units. In this data set which you have generated, price is 100 and unit is demand, the quantity demanded is 500. So here it confirms that whatever you calculated here with these coordinates, it is correct. So this is your cross check here. Okay. Now next point, next step, you have to just select all these coordinates. Go to insert, select scatter plot. Again the scatter plot you can select with marker. You select it. Now you get a power demand curve on your screen. As usual, select any coordinate, right click, add trend line. As I told you previously that by default it is a linear, but we want a power demand curve. Just select the power option. So you have a power demand curve. Of course, you do not need to display the function or equation on the chart, but if you want, you can display it. Why I'm saying that you do not need, because here you already determined the value of A. It is already with you, so there is no need, but still if you want, you can display it on the chart. So it's done. So you have, that's it. So we have solved this problem and our power demand curve is on our screen.